Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to talk about Frieza. This character may be receiving some balance changes. He was on the list. I don't know whether that's just bug fixes or not, but I'm going to be talking about what makes this character seem bad. And he is bad in certain situations. The character is bad, but he's also got a lot of strengths. He's got a very oppressive offense. But let's just go over why we don't see this character more, because this character is pretty nutty, you know, when you look at his strengths. So the first thing is team composition. His assist is so linear. His assist is so one-dimensional, only covers a certain part of the screen. Really hard to combo off of unless you're already fully committing. Pretty good as a combo extender, although even that can be a little bit tricky for some characters. But his assist essentially just lets him down. The Vegito was a really good sort of DLC for him because his kicks allow him to get in, and he's very similar to Zamasu as well, actually. Wrong assist there. Zamasu gets in as well. So his assist on my team works great, but people don't want to sacrifice their cells, their kid boos, their other things because of Frieza. I've had to pretty much drop Gotenks because in block strings it's really hard to put Frieza in there. Like, you have to do stuff that's not legit. So that would gravitate towards, well, his assist isn't great, so I want him on point. But in actual fact, when this character has meter behind him as a secondary or as an anchor with sparking and meter, might be one of the best characters in the game. So my first thing is here is his assist gets buffed in any way. Maybe he gets the close range version of this move. Maybe you can select which version to use, or maybe they just change his assist. I'm not too sure. Having his rocks as an assist would be insane, by the way. Like, this would be a sick assist, possibly. I would really like to see them just put rocks as an assist. I don't know why they're not an assist at the moment, but that gets me excited thinking about that. That sounds really, like, crazy good, right? So there's my first thing. Really hard to fit him onto a team, and then when you do put him point, because his assist is bad, he needs meter when zoning, both for hit confirms unless your team supports it, and you might not always have an assist, so you get like 1600 damage and you get nothing kind of from it. It's kind of weak, you get no progress, so to speak. And the metagame's all about diving in there at the moment with fast assists, so it's kind of wonky being a zoner in a game where you don't really have the zoning tools. His ball is really kind of weak. I think this has been it's just weird. It's just so weird. But he needs meter, and that's because although he's using rocks are amazing, one of the best moves in the game. Like, literally, this is probably, I'd say, top 5 normal in the game. The issue with rocks is it's got like Kamehameha's whiff recovery. So if you can imagine you're doing a Kamehameha, but they jump over, you're a sitting duck. And then in this game, if you place a bad rocks at the start of the round, they hit you, they knock you down in the corner. That next hit, if you don't spark in and you get strong on the mix-up, you've lost Frieza. You've lost him. You're gonna lose Frieza at the level the players are at now, and then people go, you know, I think Frieza's pretty bad, you know. But in actual fact, no. If you have Vanish and you're able to keep yourself safe and put that mind game into your opponent that it's not just a free punish, different character. This character against 1 or 2 on the other end is ridiculous, and then when you add sparking to the mix as well, rocks is a true block string, okay? So all of this stuff can't be reflected. You can even go, if they're still crouching, you can go over the opponent. Did you see that cross-up I just did? People don't know about this stuff yet. I didn't find this tech specifically. I can't remember exactly. It might have been Meech. Definitely give Meech a follow on Twitter. But this stuff is, for an anchor in this game, is insane. His ability to control space, like, you think Android 16's got good anchor with that? Rocks blow straight through his heavy. So people just need to kind of find where Frieza's at. He's got great block strings. He's kind of got Vegito's block strings, you know, but this is all a block string, by the way, if you do it right. But the issue is, and he's also got a 2L, by the way, which Vegito doesn't have. So this character's got great block strings, great staggers, and a 2L. He's got safe tags off of his M. He's got a lot of stuff going for him. But where he will excel, which is with meter and sparking, his assist really lets him down. Let's have a look at one last thing here. Some people may agree, may disagree. I think it's kind of right. The other weakness that this character has is, let's just say you've hit a combo and you want to go into... That was a terrible combo, but let's do it again. And you want to do level 3, right? If you do level 3 mid-screen, there's nothing. There's no follow-up. The idea, I believe, for the designers here is this is Frieza's perfect space here where he gets to control the screen. Would be kind of true in a game that didn't have super dash and kamehamehas. It's not the reality we live in. The game is get Oki at the moment with a really strong level 3 and win the game off of that. So Frieza has to tag in a really strong level 3, but he can't use his own. And then if I'm playing Sparking, for instance, if I'm an anchor with Sparking, I'll do a level 3, I'll have to burn an empty vanish to get back on my opponent. Now in the corner, it's not an issue, and a lot of Frieza's combos do take him to the corner, but you have to be aware, you have to be versatile in this game. Let's be honest, it's not Bardock's level 3 setup where it's literally you have to hold this 50-50. And if you don't guess right or you don't Sparking, you're probably going to lose your character. Frieza doesn't have that kind of power. Luckily, Frieza does kind of go well with Bardock, so you can just abuse Bardock's level 3 anyway, but in an anchor position, doesn't really get that. So hopefully I've explained to you guys, you know, what I feel like his weaknesses are. There's a lot of stuff I could go on about, like his sort of, you know, his 2S, his 3S, and his 1S, but it's kind of like a moot point. I don't want these buffing. I'm worried that they will buff them. Like maybe they beat Super Dash. But the problem with that is people will just sit there doing this. So they're going to have to put a lot more whiff recovery on it. It even hits standing opponents. So if they're stood up and you're just sort of doing this and it hits them, you know, it's kind of just not... It's not good practice. Probably need to, like, I don't know how you buff this move. It's a really strong move, but it's really risky. Like if they're jumping at you, they dash forward and you put the wrong pillar out there, it's like low reward, high risk. You know, when you've got Cell's perfect attack or rolling crush attack in this game, which is kind of like low risk, high reward, or at least medium reward, you know, you get the knockdown, and then you've got this, it doesn't advance the game in any way. You need to use Vanish if you want to get any sort of combo off of it. It's expensive, you know. That's another thing. His air key blasts are kind of non-existent. They are useful in some ways, but in a game, again, in a metagame filled with a lot of super dash usage with assists to cover its weakness, these are kind of useless. This is really good in combos. It's a little bit interesting in the corner and above them, but I don't know, I think it's angled wrong. I'd really like to see this angled downwards towards his feet. This will give him some really sick defense in the corner, but at the moment, can you see where it's landing? I want it to land here, you know, when I'm up here, but at the moment it's landing a bit too far away, a little bit difficult for me to bait them 2Hs. It gives him a defensive option in the corner, because again, people don't think about these things when they're thinking about character tiers. If I'm playing Bardock right now, you've got to guess between me just sitting there and blocking or me doing an elbow out, you know, or you know, if I'm playing Goku here, like let's pretend I'm you know, I can't remember what his kicks are. Yeah, look, like he's out the corner, and you've got to read that. You've got to super dash to him. You've got to punish that, but he could just block, and there's a mind game there with Frieza. Not really too much of a mind game, if I'm going to be honest. You know, if he does this, he's dead. Because you can just 2H clean straight through it. It's kind of like this is his kind of option, and it doesn't work. So hopefully you understand what I'm coming at. Throw me out, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.